NASA is giving us a new warning concerning space junk. Why space junk waiting to collide with a rocket threatens future missions? A few days ago, we were given a video by NASA, an astronaut doing a chore, some kind of a maintenance outside during his spacewalk, took a hold of one of the shields and let it go towards our atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere. In other words, he let it hurtle towards our Earth. And that was shocking for us to see, because we were wondering, why couldn't they just send it back to Earth and recycle it? Because throwing it back into Earth, it's just as if you're throwing garbage into a pristine area, lower Earth orbit. Why would you want to do that? And that shocked most of us. But there's also other items zipping around that could be very dangerous for other space missions. NASA is facing threats, not only from what our astronauts are letting go of, or what our ISS or our rockets are expelling or accidentally getting rid of, but there's also, of course, space debris. And they're saying that there's more than 500,000 pieces of space junk whizzing through our solar system at huge speeds, waiting to collide with rockets. This is by Callum Hoare on Express UK. What the scientists are saying, what they're warning us of: space junk, they say, is small, natural micrometeorites and man-made orbit debris, MMOD for short, man-made orbit debris, orbital debris, that orbit Earth, and they represent a risk to spacecraft, of course. NASA in 1977 found the orbital debris program to mitigate measures of space debris in Earth orbit, but the amount now believed to be in space has reached a huge critical level, and according to an investigative documentary, this poses hazards to space missions. The presenter was Stuart Stykes, and he said last year, there are now more than 500,000 pieces of space junk floating around above you, totaling over 7,500 tons of stuff. That's an amazingly shocking amount. Not 1 ton, but 7,500 tons of debris. He says it's not just spent rocket stages or dead satellites. There are bolts, flecks of paint, bits of shrapnel. No matter the size, they're going thousands of meters a second, waiting to collide with something important. Size doesn't really matter, he goes on to say. There are more than 20,000 pieces of space junk larger than a softball, and about 500,000 are marble-sized or larger. That's shocking. He says if any of them hits a spacecraft, they can cause some serious damage, so we have to clean it up. And what we're really mean is nudging fast-moving space debris so it falls to Earth's atmosphere. So everything of all this, 7,500 tons, has to be nudged so it falls into Earth. Can you imagine? You're walking along a sidewalk and something comes pounding in front of your feet, falling from the sky. 7,500 tons. The series went on to detail some of the plans to deal with these intruders. He says, from there, friction with the air will burn it up, or it will fall into the sea. But it's not actually easy. Well, how do they know everything is going to fall into the sea? He says any spacecraft planning to deorbit some junk will have to match the target's orbit, burn fuel to catch up with the speed of the junk, and then grab it, which could be hard if it's tumbling, and then burn more fuel to slow it down. Now 2 spacecraft have been put into a decaying orbit that will cause them to burn up or splash down of the junk. Okay? Splashdown. In other words, they assume, or what, they have directed the junk to go directly into the sea. Now, the European Space Agency is diving into the problem, launching a new robot spacecraft called E-deorbit, and that will be launched in 2024. The ESA are not the only ones planning to clean up space. Stykes said that the ESA's craft will have a robotic arm or maybe a net, and it will catch one of their 8-ton derelict satellites. And from there, it can slow, redirect, and burn it up. And he says they're not the only ones thinking the net shape might be the way to go. A new space junk cleaner upper called Braincraft, 2 words, Brain, B-R-A-N-E. Braincraft takes this way further. He says it's basically just a membrane of solar panels and plastic with tiny rockets on it, like Aladdin's carpet. And he says the 1-meter square craft is designed to envelop and redirect smaller pieces of junk, and you get how it works. Now, January of this year, more than 128 million bits of debris, smaller than about half an inch, and about 900,000 pieces of debris from 1 to 10 centimeters. That's about maybe the size of your part of your index finger, and around 34,000 pieces larger than 10 centimeters were estimated to be in orbit around the Earth. This is what NASA estimates. And avoiding collisions with this debris have become very important for missions because these items can cause damage akin to sandblasting, especially on solar panels and optics like telescopes or star trackers that cannot be covered with a ballistic shield. And fortunately, the International Space Station is safe. It has what's known as a Wimple shield. It's invented by Fred Wimple, and it's a hypervelocity impact shield used to protect crew and uncrewed spacecraft from collisions with micrometeoroids and orbital debris, whose speeds generally range between 3 and 18 kilometers per second. Now, as far as the solar panel that was let go by the astronaut when he was doing his spacewalk and maintaining, and he had to get rid of the solar panel and some kind of a shield, and he just let it go towards the Earth. The article did not tell us if he was letting it go so that it would fall over the sea. No mention was made as to if it would burn. Well, I think, if I remember correctly, he expected it to burn up. But did it burn up? Did it not burn up? And if it didn't burn up, where did it fall? Your guess is as good as mine. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.